Today we're going to be taking the rear tire off the Venture Royale Yamaha. It's got some cracks, it needs to be replaced. So it's going to be a little video tutorial. One of the first things you want to do, open up your side bags and take off those bolts right there tucked in the corner on each side. That way you'll be able to take your Yamaha reflector off. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, underneath the chrome strip in the back, you can see the separation there and there. There's a Phillips head screw that goes in there, and a Phillips head screw there. So now with those two bolts out of this reflector, you can take the reflector out. It comes out as one whole piece. And it gives you access to, there's supposed to be a bolt there, a Phillips head, and there's still one over here. So I'll take them out and we'll take that piece off. Okay, we just took that Phillips out. This whole piece comes right out. And if you still have your little, gaskets, hang on to them because they'll pop off too. Now, if you see, looks like a 10mm metric there. That comes out. There's a Phillips head underneath the tail light on each side. They're both going to have to come out. And then you should be able to take this whole piece out. Mine's a little busted up, but it works. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, as you can see, my bolts are now out. And that's a 10mm metric socket, fits on the one in the center. And underneath here, you see the little rubber isolator there, and they just slide right off of there on both sides. So now the whole fender piece with the license plate can be removed. And there you go, it's the whole assembly. It gives you more access to your tire here. Now, the right saddlebag has to come off, and the right exhaust has to come off. So, let's do that. And you're also going to have to remove the cross member here. And so let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and take the saddlebag off. One, and I got a pile of parts there, but there's 4 bolts holding on. They should all be 10mm metric. And let's go ahead and take those out. Alright, the saddlebag's now unbolted. Put the clasp back on and take it off here. Now you have 2 options here. You can either leave the turn signal wire light in, which I've done. I just set the bag up on top of my seat for now. That way it's out of the way. Or underneath the tail, the turn signal here, you can undo that, and that'll pop that wire off. Alright, now we can see what's going on in here. This nut has to come off. This bolt has to come off. And there's a bolt underneath this cowling here. So you have to take 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws out. And that will get you access. So let's go ahead and remove those bolts now. Okay, all my bolts have been removed. So go ahead and take the luggage carrier out. And there you go, that's what it looks like. And it gives you access to do brake work if you need to do any brake work. And it also gives you access to the exhaust. And continuing on with this project, and watch, you don't want to pull that off because that's your rear subframe bolt too. So I'll put the foot peg back up here. The muffler has to come off because you have to pull the rear axle out this way towards me. You can see the tire's got some cracks, otherwise I wouldn't be replacing it. It's a real nice tread. It's a shame. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. Pull this muffler hanger bolt off there. And underneath, I don't know how well this camera's gonna pick it up. Clamp. There's this clamp we want up here, right at the center stand. I don't know, my camera really not picking that up, but there it goes. Right near this, you can see the rear shock as a reference. So we'll go ahead and pull that off and continue on. Alright, bolt removed. So this clamp loose. Might have to put the camera down to do this because it's going to take two hands. You're going to have to pull and twist and do all kinds of fun things. And there you go. Now we're just left with the pinch bolt and the axle and the nut on the other side, so I will show you. Alright, here's a left side muffler, and there's the nut somebody put a cotter pin through. So I'm going to go ahead and take that apart and get the axle out. Okay, get the bolt, get the nut, the nut and washer off. You pretty much just take a screwdriver after taking the pinch bolt out for the axle. Just twist this, comes right out. And you take your, it's normally seated like that. Take your brake calipers, torsion bar assembly, and just rotate it right up out of the way. And then basically all that's left, pull the wheel towards you. Once you get everything slipped back down, but pull the wheel towards you and the wheel will pop off. So let's give that a go. It's actually easier if you take the brake caliper off. It's just on that pivot in the back there. You pretty much just, rotate the whole assembly up and slide it out. And let's pull the wheel off. And there you go. I forgot to mention one thing. You're probably going to want to take this little rear fender piece off too. I just noticed I thought it was going to drop lower, but it didn't. So I'm going to have to take this fender piece off. Just one bolt here, and there's one bolt on the other side, 12 mil. And there you have it. Wheels out. No leaks. Seal's not leaking, so we're good there. And while we have this apart, I'm going to do a tutorial on the dry fluid too, while it's all apart. So yeah, I can't really macro that, but you see the cracks. Two up riding, that's not going to be fun if that blows out. And when you put it back together, as you can see, it's already pretty well greased, but grease the splines and the mating surface there. Well, if you ever got to pull it back apart, it's nice and lubed up and it won't rust together. And that's it.